From cosmic realms to haunted cabins, from superpowered cities to twisted fairy tales, this is where original comic book stories come alive. Dive into bold heroes, dark secrets, and unforgettable worlds with each video. Welcome to Short Story Universe Audio. Subscribe now and become part of this all-new comic book universe. To fully enjoy this video, please ensure CC, closed captions, aka subtitles, is turned on. Thanks for clicking on my video. City of Magiville, the Hijacked adventure. Please stick around after this amazing short story and enjoy the two AI podcasters conjured by Notebook LM. Their deep dive into the story is truly amazing. So grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy City of Magiville, the Hijacked adventure. The story unfolds in the lively, spell-kissed city of Magiville, where magic danced through the air like confetti and laughter rippled down every street. Around every corner, mysteries whisper to curious souls. Tucked within the city's bustling heart stood Grail's Relics, a curious antique shop brimming with countless artifacts, each holding a tale of wonder or a curse. But none of them were for sale. Inside Grail's Relics, a teenage boy named Cale Carter discovers a cracked hourglass with shimmering purple sand swirling inside. The store owner, Thrifting Grail, eyes him with a knowing smile and offers a quiet warning. This hourglass doesn't track time, yet it keeps track of your epic adventures. At midnight, you must flip the hourglass only once. You are then ported to a place beyond your wildest imagination. Your adventure ends when the last grain of sand drops. And of course, to start your next adventure, you must flip the hourglass once again. Cale eagerly borrowed the antique. "Let the adventures begin," said Cale with the biggest smile as he exited the store. Thrifton placed his finger over his mouth and winked at Cale. With a few more stops before heading home, Cale treated himself to his favorite dessert, a chocolate and peppermint ice cream sundae. As he placed the hourglass gently on the counter to pay, it was stolen by a villainous traveler named Oxford Forge. Cale frantically returned to Grail's Relics. "The hourglass? It's gone. Someone stole it," he gasped. "The adventure was never meant for you," said Thrifton calmly. "Wait, what?" said Cale confused. "Not all adventures are good adventures," said Thrifton with a sly smirk on his face. "Lions, tigers, and bears," said Cale. "Oh my," said Thrifton. Meanwhile, somewhere far beyond the cobbled streets of Magiville, in a world filled with rust-colored skies and echoing thunder, Oxford Forge stood alone, surrounded by cracked mountains and monstrous roars. Clutching the stolen hourglass in one gloved hand, he gazed into the fiery eyes of a furious beast. "Let the momentous adventure begin," said Oxford, with the most wicked smirk curling across his face. Next are the two AI podcasters mentioned earlier. They deep dive further into the story and the short story universe. Enjoy!
Welcome back to the deep dive. So we got some really interesting stuff from you about Vandale's short story universe.
Yeah, it's this pretty fascinating concept. It really tries to do something different with linked stories.
Totally. It's ambitious, you know? Covering drama, sci-fi, fantasy, aiming for this huge age range, 8 to 80.
And the way it promises these like epic tales that connect Earth to the wider galaxy, it sets a big stage.
Definitely. But today we're zooming in on one specific story you flagged.
Exactly. City of Magiville, the Hijacked adventure. It starts in this really whimsical place, Magiville.
A spell-kissed city. I like that description.
Yeah, where magic danced through the air like confetti. Sets a very clear tone.
Mm-hmm.
And right in the center of it, you've got Grail's Relics, this antique shop.
But not just any antique shop.
No, that's the kicker. It's full of artifacts. Yeah, some with tales, some maybe with curses. But none of them are actually for sale.
Which is weird, right? Instantly makes you wonder what the owner, Thrifton Grail, is really up to.
It signals there's more going on than just business. Purpose over profit, maybe.
So into this shop walks our main character, Cale Carter, teenage kid.
And he spots something.
Yeah, this cracked hourglass. It's got this shimmering purple sand inside. Looks cool, but different.
And Thrifton Grail, the owner, he gives Cale this very specific warning about it.
He says it doesn't track time, which for an hourglass is unexpected.
Right. Instead, Grail says it keeps track of your epic adventures.
Epic adventures. Okay, now I'm hooked. What are the rules?
Pretty specific. You flip it once, exactly at midnight.
Just once.
And boom, you get teleported instantly somewhere incredible.
Yeah.
Beyond your wildest imagination, as Grail puts it.
And the trip lasts until
Until the last grain of sand falls. Then, poof, adventure over.
Okay, so Kale must be buzzing.
Oh, absolutely. You can just feel the excitement. He borrows it straight away, like, let the adventures begin. Big grin.
And Grail just gives him this little shh and a wink.
Yeah, adds to that whole magical, maybe slightly mischievous vibe. Seems like a classic setup for fun.
A classic setup that immediately goes sideways.
Uh-huh. Very quickly, Kale leaves the shop. Happy kid goes to get his favorite ice cream.
Which is, let me guess.
Chocolate and peppermint ice cream sundae. Very specific detail.
Oh, okay, so he's getting his sundae.
Puts the hourglass down on the counter just for a second to pay.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Yep. Snatched. Stolen right then and there.
By who?
By a character described as the villainous traveler named Oxford Forge.
Wow, okay. So much for Kale's epic adventure. What does he do?
Panics, obviously. Runs straight back to Grail's relics, totally breathless, trying to explain.
And Grail's reaction must be intense, right?
That's the really chilling part. He's incredibly calm. Almost too calm.
What does he say?
He just looks at Kale and says, the adventure was never meant for you.
Whoa, okay, that's cold.
And then he adds with this, sly smirk, not all adventures are good adventures.
Oof. So Grail knew this might happen, or even planned it.
It's really ambiguous. And then there's this strange little exchange. Kale mutters something like, lions, tigers, and bears, all confused.
Like Wizard of Oz.
Exactly. And Grail just finishes it real cryptically. Oh my.
So the adventure wasn't Kale's to begin with. It got hijacked.
Precisely. And you start questioning everything. What does epic even mean here? Is it good? Is it destined? Or just transferred?
That idea of your destiny being handed off to someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unsettling. So what happens to the guy who did get the hourglass? Oxford Forge.
The story cuts to him. He's somewhere else entirely. Far from Magiville.
What's it like?
Grim. Totally different vibe. Think rust-colored skies, constant echoing thunder, cracked mountains all around.
Doesn't sound like a fun adventure spot.
Not at all. And there are these monstrous roars. He's there, clutching the stolen hourglass.
Is he alone?
He's facing something, staring into the fiery eyes of a furious beast.
Yikes. So his adventure is starting.
And apparently, he's ready for it. The description says he has a wicked smirk and declares, let the momentous journey begin.
Momentous, not epic. Interesting word choice. So his idea of an adventure is maybe fighting monsters in a hellscape.
Seems like it. And it puts Grail's words in a whole new light, doesn't it? Not all adventures are good adventures. Maybe this dangerous path was meant for Forge.
It definitely makes you reconsider Thrift and Grail. Is he a guide or, like you said, maybe pulling the strings? A puppet master.
Yeah, and it connects back to that bigger short story universe idea. How fates intertwine, how tones shift so drastically.
So wrapping this up, the big question left hanging is, what does it really mean for an adventure to be meant for someone?
Exactly, especially when it gets derailed or hijacked like this. How does that sudden shift change what an epic journey even is? Not just for the hero who lost it, but maybe even more for the villain who picked it up.
Lots to think about there. Definitely a twisty take on destiny and adventure.
If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to smash that like button. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite moment, or what you'd love to see next in this universe. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an upload, and tap that bell notification so you're first to explore the next twisted tale or super-powered saga. Want to support this channel and help bring more stories to life? The PayPal link is down in the description and on my channel's homepage. Every contribution helps build this original comic book universe into something legendary. And of course, share this video with your fellow story lovers, comic fans, and dreamers out there. This is Short Story Universe Audio, where stories aren't just told, they touch your heart and soul. Thanks for watching.